pollen.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Models for His Modeller's Most Modelling Malarkey on Wednesday the 12th of July 2023. Today you just have me and him, and him and me, and me and him, and him and me. That's who you got today.
Me and him. Him,
Yes.
even.
Yes. Yep.
Not him and me and him.
Yep. Here we go. Afternoon from Norway, says Mick. Hello, Mick. Whereabouts
Hi,
in
mate.
Norway? Let us know where you are, because I'm off there to Norway in November on my honeymoon. We're going up to Alta in the north, but we're going to be stopping off all the way along. So let us know where you are, what the weather's like, and how many people watching. We have 7.
7?
I know.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Mick Wilson, fjords. Yeah, smart ass. There's fjords all the way up. Did you know that Swati Bartfast designed those?
Yes.
He got an award
Now,
for it.
now the question is, did Slarty Bartfast design the fields in New Zealand as well?
I believe so, but he never won an award for that.
Nah.
And he also says weather is nice. Cool. You still haven't told us where you are. Yes, we know you're in Norway. Yes, you're at the fjords. But what city? What town? It would be nice to know. Edward Millership, phew. Just back from Hozzy. Morning, afternoon. Hello, mate. How you doing? Glad you're well. Well, I'm assuming you're well. Lick Nins is in. How do everyone? How do Lick? Do you like what I did there? Lick Ninsy.
No.
I did a spoonerism on his name.
Did you?
Yeah. So, how are you, John?
Not too bad. Not even tired. I've done quite a few miles this morning. I went down to Chelmsford, picked some stuff up, and back again. So good drive down. Nothing drastic. Didn't see any road rage or anything like that for that time of the morning. But it was good. Picked up that lot.
Looks a lordy.
There. So more stuff Malcolm's got to take back with him on Saturday.
Cool. Well, I'm bringing across a load of partly built models, and we're going to sell them off for a donation per model.
Ah.
So I'm going to make sure you don't get some smart aleck come up and take 10 models and give us £1.
No.
You know somebody will try. But yeah, I'll set it as a donation per model.
Yes.
So,
You'll go, 10p will do. There's your quid. Here's 10 models.
No, I think we put a minimum donation of £1.
Mm-hmm.
So Mick Wilson says, can't remember what it's called. Edward says, Pat's appointment.
What?
He says, down the road from Flan. Okie dokie. Yeah, he's been a Hozzy with Pat.
Hozzy.
And he's done a little more done on the Spitfire. Ooh, what you done? So, John, what are you working on?
I am. Hold on. I shall tell you what. This is the reason I'm sat here. If I can do this, do that, do that. think,
Yay!
yay, I am doing a wall for my top build.
Cool.
It's going to sit, oh, there we go, along there. So once I've got, oh, bloody hell. Forgot that's all right. It can fall to bits, not a problem. He's laughing. Sweetheart, he's laughing. So I'm just painting the back black and the sides black. Then I'm going to start doing the cement within the bricks. Then I can do the individual bricks, and I've got 2 tops to go on, which will be
nice.
Well, you don't just have a brick wall. These will just sit on top, give it some
cool.
shape.
Yeah, that's going to look really good.
Hopefully, yes. It's just a contrast. Then the Saladin will sit next to the wall with a lot of vegetation next to it. And if I'm good, I might even get it done ready for Saturday.
Oh, excellent.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get the steampunk airship done for Saturday.
That will be good.
Yeah. So thanks for that, John. So we've finally decided somebody's going to arrive. Afternoon, evening, Mr. Marley.
Oh, God.
How are you?
Good. I had trouble getting in, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Quickly, before you start chatting, Edward has said £5 per model, John. But they're already started, Edward. So, yeah, minimum donation of £1 for each one. Dominic says, good afternoon. I can't normally watch on a Wednesday. Good afternoon, Dominic.
Afternoon, Dominic.
Afternoon, chaps.
Oh, Julian.
Mick Wilson, off for walks. Bye. Bye, Mick. And Nick Lindsay says, comedy gold there, John. Oops.
Yes, as per normal. But I try to please.
Makes a change. It's not me. So, how are you, Mr. Marley? What have you been up to today?
I've been volunteering down in Fighter World again today. They had another bus come through, 2 buses, 60-odd children and stuff. And they're a little bit too young, I think, to really understand what was going on. So the questions are all a bit weird. But it was enjoyable. Had some good... Yeah.
What sort of questions?
I was just about to ask, how weird were the questions?
Well, if we stand here, will one of these planes crash into me and we'll all die? That sort of thing.
What did you say?
No, there's not going to be any plane crashes today, but I'm thinking, no, maybe you should speak to somebody about that. But yeah.
Was it from a little boy?
Girl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there were no crashes.
Really scarred her for life.
Yeah. Anyway, and apart from that, yeah, it's all good.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, and my replacement optivisor arrived today.
Cool.
Ooh.
But I think it's the same as yours, John. It's Artisonia Latina. See how that goes.
Tool store?
Yes.
Like that. Tool zone, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh.
So what are you working on, John?
What I'm working on is the BF109E continues. So if you see on the plans here, just forward of the cross there was the chevron. He had a rank change, so the chevron on his previous version of the aircraft. It's a bit hard to see, but there's a space where the chevron was painted over and then moved. So I'm doing that. So what I had done is just had a bit of thinners, and it was just taking off the green, but it was taking off the blue as well. So basically I had to just cover it over, go over it with blue again. So I'll just re-stipple it, but a little bit lighter, I think, than the surrounding area there. So that's hopefully what I'm doing today. Yeah.
Oh.
So not much progress there. It's looking okay. It's looking very BF109-y. Oh yeah, and I wasn't happy with that line, so I remasked and resprayed that in a section of the wing there, so it more closely matches the plans. But it's odd, this one, in that it's a hard edge on the starboard wing, but freehand lines on the port wing. So I'm just trying to copy that, and that's me.
Cool. Thank you very much for that. Right, got a couple of comments. Edward says, going through the wing panels and filling all the ejection pins that might be visible with a black super glue. Cool.
Hmm.
And Gillian says, Mr. M, is that an Adolf Galland aircraft?
No. Adolf Galland's version is over here. This is Franz von Vera, Joseph Erlber. The one I'm doing is Helmut Wick. And then the last choice is Fritz Beek. So I'm going for scheme B. It's that boxing of the Eduard Profi pack. Yeah. So Helmut Wick, COJG2.
Nick Lindsay says, I'm finishing off the base for my I-16. Cool. Looking forward to seeing that. Right. What have I been up to? As you can see, I've been down to Hobbycraft and got a lot of well, ooh, don't need those on there. Beads and bits for the airship build. I've just printed off a load of railings.
Right.
So on there, some stairs. I've got a load that have just finished that are in the cleaner at the moment. So that's where I am on that. I've stopped the rigging on the balloon. There you go. So we've got the rigging on there. So that needs these bits attaching to these. There, and then I'll just snip them off, and then I've got to put some wire from there through there down into there, and the same there and there, so it looks a bit like tensioning. And then I think I might call that good, and then I can start spraying it up and doing bits and pieces to it. So yeah, that's where I am and what I'm doing.
Very good.
So it's coming along quite nicely.
It is.
Edward says, is that an example of two people painting one wing each, one perfectionist and one in a rush? Yeah, by the sound of it.
Yeah, don't know. It doesn't mention anything about it in the write-up here. But there's 5 marking options, and each of them have a hard edge. On the port wing, except funnily enough, like Adolf Galland's, it's a hard edge on the inboard green patch, but a bit sort of freehand on the outer wing. So yeah, don't really know why. Personally, I would have preferred, I think, to do a hard edge, but I'm trying to go for accuracy for the reference, because it's the only reference I've got. So yeah, it stands out a bit though, I've got to admit. But you know, it'll be all right. There we go. Well, the other thing I did today at Fighter World is get keys to the cupboard, go through and fix a couple of models that bits were breaking off and stuff. And I had a lot of trouble with the F-35 kit. Whoever made it, I don't know, they must have stuck it together with saliva or something because bits were falling off everywhere. But got it all together. I'll go back in a couple of days and see if the planes flying overhead have knocked any more bits off or whatever. It was all right because while I had it out of the cabinet, I was able to show people what the bottom of it was like and all that sort of stuff because you can't really see it in the cabinet. And they asked me to bring some of my models in. Yeah. There we go. So you can see that the chevron's there, but it's subtle. So that works for me. Yeah.
Oh dear.
You're right there, John.
Yeah, I'm just dying. It's all right.
Edward wants to know if I'm going to call it the Led Zeppelin.
Why?
If you need to ask, you don't know.
Obviously, I don't know.
Julian says, Mr. M, never seen yellow tips in the tail planes before.
I'm sorry, tail planes? Oh, I see. Go back, it must be, over here. Yeah. Well, this is interesting because this is the Edward 48 scale version of the markings chosen for the last 72nd iteration of the Airfix one, which I happen to have over here. So, like that. Oh. So this, yeah, as you see, it's got the yellow wingtips and horizontal stabs as well as a rudder, and yeah, this one doesn't have the yellow nose, but yeah, it's the same aircraft as that. What's interesting is what I've learned by doing this is there was a change of RLM color apparently, and it's a hot debate. As you know, if you once you mention colors on certain forums, and no one has a correct answer. But what I saw in the shop, at least, and that's the only thing I can go by, is two types of RLM 65, which is Hellblau. It's probably a bit hard to see, but they're there. There's one is labelled RLM 65 1938, and the other one's RLM 65 1941. So there's a subtle change with it's less blue now. And that's what I think is showing here with those two blues. But they're not. These are different. This is all Vallejo, and this is SMS Wings and AK Hellblau. But yeah. Oy, oh no! There used to be a horn balance underneath that aileron. Oh well. Put that up there and fix it later.
See, I could throw my stuff around and you just touch it and yours falls to bits.
Yeah, again, maybe it's just me because that F-35 today was like, I had about 6 bits off it. The radome came off, which is interesting because it doesn't actually come off the real plane. It does. I haven't, yeah. So when Lockheed designed it, they had it so the radome wasn't removable. The American Air Force and the customers are saying, no, we need to have it removable because, to change components for it's a planar array antenna. It doesn't move, it's steered electronically. And they were saying, Northrop Grumman, who make the radar, was saying that it'll last longer than the aircraft in service life. And it's just as well they were forced to do a removable radome because we've changed 3 in Australia already. You never listen to the aircraft manufacturers, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Yep, full of shit.
And I met there's a pilot at Fighter World showing his mates around, brothers maybe, but I said, oh yeah, I was in that squadron. He said, oh, you seem to know a bit about it. I said, well, yeah, I was in the squadron 7 months ago. He goes, oh, did you like 77? No, I hated it. So I explained why, and he said, oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. He said, I heard of that last year that, he's no longer there because of that. Oh, yeah, right. I had been told that, but I didn't have it from a reliable source, and now I do. So he
Now you have
moved on.
Yep, now you have it from somebody you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, anyway. But a good chat. He's a nice guy. Very young. Here we go.
What's pretty young in your eyes?
Well, he's so young he'd never been around a Hornet before. And we only retired them 2 years ago.
So he's gone straight onto F-35s.
Well, no, he's going to. He's starting on Monday on PC-21s. Pilatus PC-21s, and then we'll see how he goes. It depends how he goes on course.
Yeah.
But 77 squadron, all the stuff he's wearing, he's posted to 77. I think it's just waiting for something or other. But to send him there, it's most likely he will end up on F-35s.
He's probably holding.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but anyway.
Bin man.
That's right. To do the stippling under the vertical or the horizontal stab here, obviously the Bear 29Es had a stabilizer, a diagonal strut under there, and I left them off so I can get in there and do some stippling. I need to glue them on before I do anything more. Let's try out this magnifier headset thing. Oh.
Right, I've got some comments. Edward says, if not the coughing, it's the coffin they carry you off in. He also goes on to say, the radars have to work harder in Australia, what with flipping the trace upside down and all that.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Very insightful man.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was just saying, surely they would have just flipped the radar upside down, just change the position of it.
Yeah, that would be my guess too, John.
Oh, I can glue the rudder on as well.
If you insist.
Right, back in a moment. I'm just going to go and top up my drink.
No, thanks for warning us.
Sorry.
Oh. I'll do that so everybody can go, oh my God, no, he's back.
Julian says, John, what is a wall made from?
Hey?
What is a wall made from?
Balsa foam.
If I put you full screen, then if you can show him and give him a bit of an explanation how you did it and bits and bobs.
Yeah. I originally had an A4 bit, slightly thinner, which is what this is made of. So that's gonna. I'll explain in a sec.
Wow.
So these two bits were made from this. Let's see. Let's snap that off. So I've just snapped that off. It's very easy to. Then you can carve it, sand it, cut it, and it's great. It was from a Dutch company where I got them originally before they even went to Telford. But then AK decided to get it off whoever made it, and I don't know if you can get it anymore. Balsa foam. It's very nice. I just cut it to shape and then just scribe the lines in. So these are recessed lines. to make them look like bricks. And then I'm just going to paint. I'm just painting the cement between them, and then I'll paint the individual bricks.
It's just a very high dense foam, is it?
I think so. Yeah, you can. If I remember correctly, because it's sometimes since I bought it, there was three. I think there's three densities. There's very light to very hard. And I think I got the in betweeny one. But yeah, it's dead easy to carve, to shape. Sand, not a problem. I mean, these ones. I don't know if you can. I've got like the capping for the stonework. I just cut them out, rectangular shape, marked them up, sliced, and just filed to lines. And it took me about 10 minutes.
Right.
So it's dead easy to do. But as far as I know, AK is the only company that sells it, or did. I'm still full screen. Do people want to see this? This is the question. I only have to look at it once in a mirror a day, maybe twice, if I'm unlucky. No, boss. Oh, I'll look down. I'm still here.
Because I've got the magnifying goggles on, I can't see you clearly, so it doesn't concern me.
Are you jamming it? What do I glue it together with? Normally PVA. Yeah, anything like that. I think you can use super glue. I'm going to try PVA. I'm going to stick a couple of metal pins in the bottom, then stick it. Then when I glue it in on, because it's into polystyrene, there'll be some depth to it, so it's not just on surface. There'll be something sticking it through. Don't know if you've seen my tortoise, the urban cam tortoise I've got, which is over there. That the doorway, that's balsa foam as well. That's just stuck on a balsa foam base as well.
Julian says, thanks, John.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Isn't there foam safe super glue kicking around?
I honestly don't know.
I believe there is. David Scott's in. He says, afternoon, John.
Which one?
I don't know.
There's two.
There's two. Yeah. Julian
You
says,
can ring them.
Okay, you've already answered that question.
Yeah. We're getting busy for a Wednesday.
I know. What's going on with this lot? And then he goes on to say, Steph and Mr. Marley. Mr. Marley, what colour is that on nose of plane?
That is SMS's RLM04 Gelb. Yeah. It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice yellow. As opposed to there's a trainer yellow and there we go, 3 bottles. So the Gelb, trainer yellow, and yellow. So they're subtly different. In fact, you can't really tell a difference between those two, but yeah, the German one is very slightly. Oh no, that's the German one. I was going to say very slightly darker. What is to my eye, but yeah, what is? You can see it slightly. So that's RAF yellow. This is a Luftwaffe one, and that's a Renault one.
There's a dilemma for you.
Mm.
Is yellow or white the national colour of France?
White.
I would have gone light blue.
Why?
Back in the day before sponsorship, when Formula One cars were generally painted the colour of the nation that they're representing, French ones were light blue.
Really? You've completely missed his point.
Okay, no, I have. Explain again to the slow-minded.
Right. What colour flag is white?
Oh, I see. I think it was probably the right decision myself. Fortunately, I didn't have to make it, but I think it saved a lot of lives.
Hey, what?
Well, the surrender monkeys, as people
Yeah.
call them, I think is very unfair.
Why?
Because given the choice, if they kept fighting, then the Germans would have kept killing. Instead of targeting certain religions and all that stuff, which is still very, very uncool, they would have kept bombing the crap out of Paris, and it wouldn't be there anymore. I don't think. Like Berlin looks different to what it did pre-war.
Problem being.
I need to decide because the fuselage sides are stippled. It's a bit rough in texture, so I have to be careful putting the decals down. I have to give it a nice sort of gloss. So I have to think. Vallejo isn't a nice gloss, so I'm thinking what else I could use. Because I do have this one, another Vallejo product, but it's a polyurethane gloss. The trouble with this one is it tends to. It depends what I need to do next, because if I painted it with this stuff and then put Tamiya tape on it or whatever, it'll come off like an Edward decal, if you like, the clear film. It's pretty awful for that. So I'd like a hard wearing gloss, but maybe I'll do an SMS gloss. That's a lacquer. Going off mic for a moment.
Ooh.
Some more comments.
More comments.
Yep. Judy says, Steph, what kit is the Zeppelin from? It is from, I believe, Ravel. There it is. Yeah, it's Revel.
Oof.
The 1720 Hindenburg. And the kit number is 04 04802.
You think they do these scales to fit the boxes they have?
Probably.
Whereas a 148 scale Hindenburg would be rather large.
Oh, bit huge. David Scott says, yeah, kind of like that. Suits model well. White, says David. Edward says, white isn't a colour, it's a level of brightness. You should know, he's a qualified and was a professional photographer. David Scott, it's a neutral, same as black. And Julian says, thanks. You're welcome, Julian. So got anything planned for the afternoon, John?
I had, but now I haven't.
Right.
I was detailed off to take the boss's mum to go and see her husband in hospital, but something happened overnight, and so the boss is going with her mum to see her mum's husband, so stepdad, and so I'm left alone to do things here. So I might do some more painting, get this wall done, or might just relax and watch some telly. In fact, what I have been thinking of doing is watching that Sandbaggers on YouTube on the telly.
Oh, it's brilliant, mate. I'm gutted how it ended.
I don't say.
I will say one thing, and it won't spoil it. The guy who wrote it, Ian McIntosh, is ex-Royal Navy.
Oh dear.
And there is rumour that he was involved with SIS. But when he started writing, he was writing these, and he'd written all of this stuff, but he died mysteriously in 1979. His plane went down in Alaska, and they never found it or him.
So did it crash? Did it land? Is he snuck away somewhere?
Exactly.
He could be the big boss of everything.
He could be. So have you started watching any of it yet?
No. I found it. I remembered the other night. I went, so I got it up and yeah, that's it. That's the one. Because I'm going to sit and watch it on the big screen.
Yep.
Which is just over there. Just over there. So I might just spend an hour watching that. Watch the first one. I get all the dogs sat all over me, looking out the window, waiting for their mum to come home. And hopefully I can have a day at the hub and a face-to-face tomorrow. Sorry, Zoom session tomorrow afternoon. Then I got a face-to-face on Friday. Then I've got to try and do Lockstat as well. It normally takes me a couple of hours. At you, Steph.
Yeah, I got Nina's going up the road. We have a Facebook user. I will get to that in a minute. And Edward says, John's unsupervised.
I know.
And he says, was he travelling the same airline as Glenn Miller and Buddy Holly? Yes, single-engined aircraft. David Scott says, going to spend rest of the day on my Tumblr. Yeah, that's looking good, David, that is. So, Facebook user is... Let's have a look, see... Not that one. Okay, let's refresh that page and I can see who it is. That's Mark Behrend, spelled Behrend. Not sure how you say that, Mark. Apologise if I've absolutely bastardised it. Many apologies. He says, good afternoon, all. If you have a look in the content, you'll see there's a see more in the description. There's a see more. If you click on that for us, and in there is streamyard.com/Facebook. I will pop it in here like that. And then if you can click on that link, if you can see it. If not, I will pop it in here. There you go. You should see that. That will come up as a link in a minute. There we go. That's up as a link in now. If you click on that and then give StreamYard permission to see your bits and bobs, so they'll see your name and your picture. And then, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much, Lee. You can just about see what I'm doing. Let's move this camera down a bit. So there we go. So you can have, yeah, that's it. Edward says they're coming to take you away. Ha ha ho ho ha ha, Steph. Oh god, yeah, they've been coming to take me away for years, mate. There we go, Mark. Thank you very much for that. I think I've done it. I think you're right. And David Scott says bits and bobs. I do like messing around with bits and bobs.
Does she like you messing about with her?
She's never complained.
Oh, that's all right then. She does with me.
She moans a lot. So have you got anything planned for the rest of the evening, Mr. Marley?
No, I do not. I think I'm just gonna. Oh, I got stuck into playing. Was it Fallout 76 the other day? I went to play it about a month ago or so, and I had like a massive update, so I just let that go. But lost the disc. Finally found it again. Turned it on the other day, so I just played a mission or two. Might go back to that, but see how we go. Now that I've got this magnifying headset again, one that works, I might do a bit more rigging on the boat as well. We'll see. But no plans. I should have just said no plans.
So what do you play Fallout 76 on?
PlayStation 4. Not well. Is this airbrush too loud, or is it okay?
It's okay at the moment. If it gets too loud, I will say.
Thank you.
Oops. You know what, Steph? You know I do an online thing called GeoGuessr.
Oh yeah.
For people who don't know it, you basically plonk somewhere. You have to find out where it is using Google Maps, and the closer you get, the more points you get. And you have 5 goes, you can get 150 points. I think it was 5,000 points. Sorry. Anyway, I was doing it yesterday, and this one, I was going down this road. I didn't know where I was. In UK, I went Amelia Farm. I went, I know that one. That's one. That's where one of the face-to-face sessions is set. But because I do the lock stat, I know exactly where it was.
Nice.
I went, just because he said, I'm sure that's where it is. There we are. Bang.
Cool.
Yes, I knew there was a third coincidence yesterday. You don't need to know the other two.
But it'd be nice to know.
Would it, Val?
Oh,
Are you
yes.
sure?
Yep.
Okay. Then one of them was, I was just coming up at 5 o'clock last night, sat at my desk going, I need to clean my glasses. And I go, as soon as I start cleaning my glasses, my son's going to phone. Squirt, 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 ring. So yeah, I was right. And earlier on, because the boss was away with her mum at the hospital, I was just on my own, just doing odds and ends. I went, right, one of the dogs has done a mess on the garden. I'm just going to clean that up. So I picked it up, put it in a bag, put the bag down where it normally is, turn around, and one of the other dogs is going, hello, guess what I'm doing? Mate, pick the bag up, go and get that one, looks around, nothing, puts the bag down, took about 3 paces, look round, and the other dog is going, look what I'm doing. Picking it up. Yeah, thank you very much, puppies.
Did you follow their example and do it yourself?
Yeah,
Not on the grass.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, not on the grass though.
Not on the grass. No.
Right, where are we? Edward says, you haven't done the dishes. put the shelf up, taken the rubbish out, etc., etc., etc.
Hey,
Well, because Tanya's away, he's suggesting that's what you've got to do.
oh no, I've got a metal post to take out.
Is that a euphemism?
No, I've got a metal post to take up. And that's my main job at the moment. I've just got to find my grinder in the shed. Well, I might do lockstat this afternoon, purely because it takes so long, and the next couple of days are going to be full of doing things.
Oh, good Lord, what you got to do? Well, obviously, you've got your Zoom session tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we are hub in the morning.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
Yeah, so I normally do that till about 1 o'clock. Get back, then do a Zoom session. So that's 3 till 5. Then we have dinner. Then it's in the evenings. Then I go. Then face-to-face session on Friday morning. This is 9 till 12. Then I'm, anything could happen. So I've only got a few hours to do lockstat in the Friday afternoon. No, I get it done earlier, so I don't have to rush it. I might still watch an episode of Sandbaggers.
Yeah.
And the metal post isn't going anywhere. Although if I get it done by Friday, I can take it to the dump.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Well, I'm out that way anyway with the face-to-face session, so I can drop it off, dump it, then go.
No, I won't do that.
how long we? Oh, a couple more comments. So give me a moment. I will jump on those. It's got my. Right then, comments we have are Edward says, so on the footpath. Not sure.
What?
It says moaning stuff. Hmm.
Where John didn't do it on the grass.
Ah, yes.
Oh. No. Why would I do that? That's
Julian
disgusting.
says, bit more glazing done on the dragon. Need to paint shop now. Cool. We've got a Facebook user, and that is. Oh, okay. Refresh that.
Stuart Hill.
Hello, Stuart. If you have a look further down, Stuart, you will see that there is a link to streamyard.com/Facebook. If you can click on that for me and allow Facebook StreamYard to see your name and your picture, that'd be brilliant. He says, hey all, sorry mate, had some work stuff on. Not a problem. You come in when you come in, mate. He says, does anyone have some tips on how to make 1/72 scratch built lap seat belts building a Sea King ATM? I personally use one of these. Wait, no, not that one. Is it that one? Yep. There you go. I've got some seat belts on for the moment. So I'll quickly go full screen and then we'll go through everybody else, see what they use. So I've got one of these, which is different thicknesses. So you can do different thicknesses for different seat belts. That's just masking tape, then cut it out. That's all I do. Pop it in, paint it, and then put some silver bits on it to make it just represent what it's trying to be. So that's how I make them. So I've got anywhere from 1 millimeter wide all the way down to 0.4 millimeter wide. So that's what I can do. If we go to Mr. Marley next, what do you do, Mr. Marley?
Simples. I just use a bit of Tamiya tape or something such like. I want to go to cutting guide. I don't have one. I just literally stick it to the ground, use a straight edge, slice it. But before I cut it up, I paint it grey, probably just a standard sort of grey, because most of the seat belts in helicopters are probably grey. I'd paint it grey first and then slice it, and you won't really see the edge at 70-second scale in a Sea King, I don't think. And then I'd stick it on and I won't have to bother about painting the seat. Just make it look like a seat belt there and then transfer it.
Yep, the reason I use masking tape is masking tape all masking tape has got texture to it.
Yep.
And that shows up. So paint it strap colour and then just put a light wash on it and that'll bring out the texture, which makes it look like a seatbelt. So that's how Mr. Marr and I do it. John, what about you? Do you make seatbelts?
I've never done it. You know me, I don't do aircraft.
No. So I just thought that's why I left it till last, because I didn't.
I know. Wait, he's going to ask me. He is, and I got a couple of cutting blocks. I don't know what they're called. Not metal ones like you got, but very similar, all sorts of shapes and sizes. Yeah, but I would have gone, masking tape. That's what I've seen. Just cut it whatever width you want and just lay it on. Do you detack yours or do you put it back to back?
What I do is back to back.
Good thing about it, you can shape it to whatever you want then, can't you?
Yep. So there you go. Where am I? Done that one. Stuart, sorry, gents, switch to YouTube.
Hmm.
Ah, nice. Thanks. You're welcome, Stuart. He also goes on to say, what was the cutting tool you used? It's one of these. I got this from AliExpress. Oh, sorry, I still got Mr. John Arnold. Blah, 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 blah. I got this from AliExpress. If you search MS015, I can't remember the manufacturer name, but it's got squares on the back, and it's got all those on the front. I've also got one of those masks, which are great for adding sort of smatterings to vehicles and aircraft. I've got a couple of those ones. There's another one. Hexagons, triangles, diamonds, hexagons again.
I got these.
Give us a sec, John.
Mm-hmm.
Wood grain. Shapes. Lines. I wish that was a bit thinner because then that would be great for rescribing. Camouflage patterns.
Ooh.
That's camo mask cutting mat. Alexan model AI0088. And then digital camo patterns. So 1/72, 1/48. And then you got all the different angled stuff and circles. These are brilliant. You just put your masking tape on, rub it down really well, and very, very sharp knife, a fresh one, just cut around. They are well worth them. I think they only cost me a few quid. I think altogether there's about, you're looking at, if you're buying those from major brand names, you're looking at about 100 quid there, aren't you, John?
Yeah, you are.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. I probably paid less than 50 quid for all of them, and that's include postage and packaging. And that's from an app that I use called AliExpress. Don't use Wish because they're crap. AliExpress, yeah, they take time, but I've never ever had any problems with them. If you're willing to wait a couple of weeks, yeah, that's my choice of where I buy my stuff. And the main reason for that, because it's bloody cheaper. And you two know what I'm like about bloody...
You're just
being
a cheap
ripped off. Oh, God, yes.
As I was saying, Steph, this is what I've
Oh,
got.
let me just flick you on to John. Sorry.
No. Right. Where are we? There we go. These are easy cutting, infinity easy cut. So these are just lined. This is mirrored, so everything's back to front. Sorry. These are plasticky, but very hard, and these go from 0.4 through to 1 mil. So you can get them, and 1 centimeter, I think, no, ½ centimeter down the side. And you just put it on. You just, as Steph does, it's just scribe a line. So you get thin there, and this one's circles, and then cross hatch.
Wow.
So you can see that very well. And then more curvy type ones, all sorts.
Yeah, they're well worth getting them. Those Infinity ones, I don't think you can get them anymore, John.
I don't know. But these are 3 mil space in a 0.4 3 more 3 mil. So you get all sorts. If you can get hold of them, I've hardly used these, but yes, if I was doing lots of, especially digital masks, these are really, really good. These are down to 2 mil. So yeah, that's what I've got. Just a sharp knife, and all you do is put the masking tape on anywhere you want it. As long as you've got a line, then you can just cut it out, and it works. I've now got to pull all them back in one of my drawers. Should leave them then. I'm still painting. I'm still putting the cement in. I'm glad I'm not a bricky.
So are homeowners. That's
Yeah,
a great
homeowners
job.
across the UK are so happy John's not a bricky.
Yeah. So am I.
So-
What a blowing job.
Let me go back to the comments. Nice reference, the back-to-back. Thanks. Stuart says, would you be able to share where you got them from? Yep, AliExpress. Oh, Wafu Dave. Oh, hello all.
Ooh. Where did I get mine from? Oh God. I got them at Telford from. I think I saw Nigel from Nigel Workbench using them. Where does he normally get his stuff from?
Not sure about that one.
Premier models, I think. Premier. It's the one he
Possibly,
usually
but-
pushes.
Yeah, but I specifically went. Well, I saw him using them. I'm sure it was him, and I went, "Oh, must get them Telford," because they were there, and I got the whole lot.
Cool. Right, let me just finish these comments. Wafu Dave says, hi Stuart. Were you zoomy or rotary? Stuart says rotors. Edward says NMB10 for Infini from Premium Hobbies for a discount. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Edward. Wafu Dave says, me too. Well, apart from last 3 years on Canberra's. And then Wafu
Right.
says, Premium Hobbies. Yep. Thank you very much, guys. There you go. That's where you can get those cutting mats from. So, good Lord.
Yes.
We've been
What do you
doing it
want?
for an hour and 15 minutes.
Doing what?
This.
Waffling.
So, let's go round and see what everybody's up to or what everybody's done. So, John.
I have been painting the wall, the tops. So that's the top. I've still got to paint the underneath of those two, and then I'm just doing. I've painted the back black. I might have to go over that again, and the two sides. I've been filling in for the cement on this one using Panzer Aces light mud.
Okay, cool.
So once
Marvellous.
this is done, I shall be painting the individual bricks.
Excellent. So, Mr. Marley, before we crack on with you, a couple of comments. Stuart Hill says, I was a FOT, so not a real Wafu, lol. Thanks all, you're welcome. And Wafu Dave says, well, you had wings on your badge.
Brown
Boy,
or red?
Oh, he was ballast, was he? So, Mr. Marley, what have you got done?
Well, I think if most people were here, I'd literally restippled the where the chevron was masked over and moved on either side of the fuselage here. I've gone to try to make it subtle because it was subtle on the actual aircraft as far as I can tell, and given it a gloss coat. Being a lacquer that's dried now, I could probably put decals on straight away, but I'll obviously wait 24 hours. Lovely sort of decal sheet. What I find a bit frustrating, it's nice, you get two lots of stencils, so whether you want to use red or black, lovely. Nice sheet. They have a lot of the carrier film is very, very wide on this. It's not certainly not cartographed. These are the Edward ones, but you probably can't see.
You
But
can.
in the centre, the two that I need to use are these ones. Helmut Wick was the highest scoring ace at the time of his death, so these go on the rudder, and they're the number of his kills. But what you probably can't tell, so I'll angle it, is one has carrier film and one does not.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a bit of a bugger, I think. Yeah, you can sort of see it there.
Yep.
One is missing the glossiness. But that's
Ooh.
okay. So I've got the liquid decal film. I'll use that, and that'll work. But that's a bit of an omission, isn't it?
Yes, just a bit.
Yeah. So one's matte. Anyway.
Cool.
But that'll do. That'll fix that. That'll be okay.
Nice.
Over to you, Steph.
Right, me. I've been sat here putting these silver blocks on. So
Ooh.
what I've done is I've put a silver block at the bottom, which will attach to the lower part, this part. And I've put 4 of these metal wire. It's 32 gauge, just to give it that added bit of support when it's dangling. So yeah, I've done this side. I've got to do the other side, a few more bits and pieces, and then hopefully ready to get into paint. So yeah, that's where I am. We've got a comment from Nick Lindsay. He says, those Edward decals are awful, as that film is supposed to be removed after the decal is dry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another hot debate. Personally, I don't like it. I haven't been able to do it successfully. What I do is literally give the aircraft a matte coat once it's done, and it completely disappears anyway. I've tried it once. I tore the decal. So I personally don't do it.
Right. So there we go. So that's us done for another show. Bit of an extended one today.
Yeah.
Because we got so into it. So if you'd like to say your batty ties, gents.
Batty tie, gents.
There he is. Batty
Oh,
tie, Uru. Well, I'll see you next Sunday, hope. No, I may not be here Sunday.
Yeah.
I won't be. I'll be in Melbourne.
Okay. We're here on, we're back on Friday evening from 8 o'clock. Edward says, you have to get the angle of the dangle right, Steph. Oh, yes. That's the bit that's worrying me. Anyway, it's batty tie from us. Stay safe, keep modelling, and we will be back on Friday evening, then back on Sunday. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.